Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Comics with Stevey. This is episode 36, Monsters, Demons, and Creatures in My Comic Book. Here is Dracula's Castle right here. It's from Dracula, Vlad the Impaler, number 2. And so, let us begin our spooky comic book episode. When I was a little boy in the 60s, my brothers and I would watch old black and white horror movies. Our favorites were Frankenstein, Dracula, the werewolf, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Some of the actors who portrayed these roles were Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney, Boris Karloff, Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, and many more. These movies were scary, spooky, and spine-tingling. But the scariest of all to me was the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. The artwork in this book, it's a Topps comic book from 1993, Esteban Morato. Now, everyone knows that the Dracula from Nightcrawlers he was the star of these movies. This is Dracula from Night Stalker number 4 from 1993. This Garner Palmer cover is really popping, like the hole in old Drac's chest. See that? Oh, it's horrible. But even more horrible is the fangs on old Drac. And he is a leader of a new group. You've heard of the Avengers, the Defenders, the Thunderbolts, the Fantastic Four, all these power groups. Well, there's a new one that I just came up with. It's the Fang Gang. All these creatures with the big choppers. And so, let's get right into them and introduce these creatures. Now, Dracula may be the captain of the team, but his first lieutenant is the werewolf. And this is Werewolf by Night, number 21, from 1971, artwork by Don Perlin. You get 3 werewolves on the cover, 1 in the trade dressing and the 2 on the cover. Can't beat that. We're going a little slow today because I don't want you to miss any nuance of this. And here's a set of choppers on this golden gorilla, Congrillo. And he is a guy that needs to brush his teeth with an industrial-sized toothbrush. Then you have one of the villains from Iron Man. Bing, bang, boom. He keeps his teeth pearly white on the bones of his victims. He's from Marvel. Congrillo was from DC. And the Skrulls are from outer space. So all of them have teeth. Look at this power pack. A viper. A slimy viper with fangs. He's in the fang gang. And if he wraps around you, you've met your horrible end. And here's a cable villain. This is the son of the Goblin Queen. He's got fangs and claws. He'll just tear you apart and chew you right up. And then there's the slime, the robot fangs, metal teeth. They hurt too, you know. So take a gander of that robotic cover. Now, another category we have in these horror comic books. Take a gander at these creepy crawlers and greasy grossness. In this Chan Morales Iron Man cover, it literally makes my skin crawl. Ugh. And also, I'd like to see Indiana Jones get out of this one. It's snakes for him, but in the reptile family, you see. Now here's one that you just can't believe. This is greasy grossness. If that don't give you the heebie-jeebies, what will? This is Wong Chu, one of Iron Man's villains. It's a Aletha Martinez cover. Wong Chu, this name is his name, and I bet you're just dying to see his face. Luckily, I had the page marked. And I lost it. Oh, the horror. But it's toward the end, so I'll find it rather quickly. There we go. This is Wong Chu's face. And it reminds me of Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. Mel Brooks comedy, Star Wars parody. Haha. Moving right along. Don't blink, or these flying eyeballs with claws might just stare you down into oblivion. In this Doctor Strange number 48 from 1992, cover art by Jeff Iserwood. And this goes out to Mike's son, who had an eyeball comic book that he liked to show. Well, here's one along the same vein. Ha ha ha, vein. Then we have a demon possessing Iron Man, a transparent demon. Great artwork on this cover. A Bob Layton cover from 1980, Iron Man number 130. And it's really cool how they had the transparency showing Iron Man's suit through the demon. Now, the question has always been, who is better, DC or Marvel? And we would fight about it in the schoolyards. And everybody from the first time collector as a kid to the guy that buys the 9.8 slabs has had that same argument. So today we're going to try to settle it. From DC Comics, one of the kings of the horror movie genres, Frankenstein. From the new 52. And this one just kind of misses the boat for me. Why does Frankenstein need a pistol and a sword when he's monster enough without him? And a Napoleon vest and all this World War II stuff. It just fell a little short for me. But the winner is Marvel, of course. Look at this Frankenstein monster from Iron Man 101. Iron Man's wrapped up in chains by the Frankenstein monster and his minions. So, if you could decide who is better, Iron Man, DC, or Marvel, here's another look at the Frankenstein from DC. And here's another look from Marvel. And this is my choice. The best early version of Frankenstein that I could find in my comic book collection. So with that finally being settled once and for all, I'll take you back to Dracula's castle. Now what you have to do is time for you to get these images out of your head before you go to bed. With that, I bid you good evening. And with that, Stevie D concludes his Halloween episode of Comics with Stevie D. And I hope it didn't scare you too much.